Funding now on Indiegogo, it's Shadowbinders, our second chance offer to get 2 hardcovers of our classic webcomic delivered to your door. Steampunk, fantasy, and romantic comedy from Clownfish Comics. Go to Indiegogo, check out the link in the description below. Now on with the video. What year are we in again?
I don't know. The year of stupidity.
Oh my god, it's like 2017 all over again. We're gonna talk about Star Wars, The Last Jedi, and misogyny and racism and the Yahtzees.
The same shit you've been hearing over and over again for several years now.
This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles, and I saw this article floating around on Twitter today, and I thought it was written in 2018, because if you go back to 2018, we had articles that sound almost exactly like it. Here's one from 2018. Why are some Star Wars fans so toxic? From The Guardian. Here's The Guardian yesterday. Racist trolls may think they own Star Wars, but the saga's diversity issues are not cut and dry.
Oh, by the way, spoiler, it's written by Ben Child, who is a white dude.
White dude. Do not contact Ben Child. Do not contact anyone we talk about. I just want to put that out there. We're just calling out that things have not changed at all. I don't understand. It seemed like the fans were kind of
because they go to the same narrative. Because don't you know, if you say it enough times, even if something's a lie, it'll make it truth. Even though it doesn't make it truth, no matter how many times you repeat it, if it's not true.
I can't believe we're still seeing articles like this 4 years after the fact.
Right.
I mean, this is the
same stupid points that were proven false many times over.
I thought this was an old article, and it was literally written yesterday.
That being said, are there racist people around that watch Star Wars? I am sure there are. But you know what? Racist is a broad term that refers to people other than people who don't like Black or Asian people. But that's another story entirely. But I'm sure there's toxic people around. But is that the majority? No, it's not.
So we're gonna read this. This is a very short article. I'm gonna read the whole thing, and we're gonna comment because it's very short.
We don't usually do that, but this one's
very
the stupidity is so strong with this one. We have to.
So please subscribe to Clownfish TV for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 181,000 subs. Thank you for the support. I still
can't get over how bad they made poor Kelly Marie Tran look in this film.
They
made her look as terrible as they possibly could.
Yeah, they put her in a frumpy, dumpy, overalls, and yeah, they did.
And of course, they're going to use Tran as their, we're going to use her as our poster child for what? Same stuff, like you said. Thought it was 2017.
Yeah.
By the article.
Yeah.
Same stuff. Same article, just rewritten by somebody else.
I'm floored. Like, why are we still having this discussion? Oh, yeah, because the Star Wars YouTube channel's tanking.
Well, that and they need money. Oh, yeah, we're going to blame it on that. People don't like diversity, that's why. Even though everybody keeps saying they wish Finn would have got an actual better role than they gave him. But, whatever. Okay.
Racist trolls may think they own Star Wars, but the saga's diversity issues are not cut and dry.
Leftist trolls think they own Star Wars, too. So, potato.
The social media harassment of Kelly Marie Tran was abominable, but it's not fair to say that racism is baked into the epic franchise's core. No, but that's basically where he goes with it.
Yeah, he says he starts out with that, but that's not what he says.
Yeah, it's very short, so we'll read this.
It's very short. It seems pretty long to me.
No, it's pretty short. It's ironic that Star Wars, perhaps the ultimate tale of good triumphing over evil, has become embroiled in the current culture war. George Lucas's original trilogy is as universally adored as Brothers Grimm fairy tales.
Well, that's funny because they find lots of problems with it, including Luke. If it was so universally adored, why change Luke?
Oh, he gets there.
Okay.
He gets there. Okay. Luke is the problem. The paintings of Leonardo da Vinci or the songs of the Beatles.
Well, you just got on saying that it's the best thing ever. And it's universally adored, and it's an ultimate tale of good triumphing over evil. So if you just said that's all these great things, why does Luke have a problem? Why is there a problem with Luke?
Finding out that it's loved by racists is a bit of a shock.
Well, this person likes it. I don't know. So I would say some of his attitudes kind of racist-y.
It's hard to imagine Lucas sitting down in the mid-'70s to ponder which far out disparate elements to throw into his original Star Wars film in order to concoct that perfect swirling blend of science fiction and fantasy, because it's hard to conceive of a time when the early Star Wars films didn't exist.
This person probably wasn't alive then. We weren't alive then.
I know. One thing we could be pretty sure of is that Lucas did not imagine the early movies as standard bearers for Aryan white supremacy.
Because they aren't.
such that attempts to create more multiracial casts for later episodes would be attacked as somehow letting this side down.
That's not what happened.
Yet that is surely the only way we can read the mindset behind the hideous attacks by alt-right trolls.
No, that's surely how you read these quote-unquote attacks that aren't even real by people you're labeling as alt-right trolls. But meanwhile, I'd label you as an extremist left troll, but you know.
So we bring up Kelly Marie Tran again. Tran, okay, this is why they're bringing it up, because Tran is in Raya and the Last
saw
Dragon.
this, yeah.
Okay. The actor who felt compelled to quit social media after the attacks described a succession of events in which I left the internet for my own sanity. I had heard that wasn't just because of Star Wars backlash. There were a number of reasons that she left. If someone doesn't understand me or my experience, it shouldn't be my place to have to internalize their misogyny or racism above all the others.
Same here. If someone doesn't understand my opinions of Star Wars, I shouldn't have to explain myself to people like this Ben Child on here.
Why do extremist trolls feel any ownership over Star Wars?
I don't know. Why do you, Ben?
Could it be because of Lucas's unwieldy approach to race in the prequel films, which were criticized for imagining extraterrestrials such as Jar Jar Binks, Newt Gunray, and Watto according to variously Caribbean, East Asian, and Jewish ethnic stereotypes? Okay.
You mean that he said was a stereotype? Because most people didn't say that. People like Ben said that.
Okay, the whole thing with Ahmed Best. Ahmed Best legitimately, as I understand it, tried to kill himself. Mm-hmm. He was almost driven to suicide because of the Jar Jar Binks. I was there when the prequels opened. I remember the backlash, and it came mostly from the media.
Right, people like Ben.
Like, oh my God, Jar Jar Binks is a racial stereotype. You should apologize for that, George Lucas. You're such a horrible person. Oh my God, Ahmed Best, why would you play a racial stereotype like that? Never mind the guy is a black guy, and that's. I'm
sorry, they're like, even these Star Wars creators' harshest critics saw that as missteps. No, they didn't. Most people didn't give a. Oh my God, Ben, put your big boy pants on. Most people didn't even see it that way. That is not what it was. Like you said, it was the media who started. Most people didn't even care or think about that. It was the media who started. Oh, that's a stereotype. That's a stereotype. It was people like you, Ben, that caused the problem. People like you, because most people just saw it as characters. I'll have no problem stereotyping the hell out of like Snake Eyes in the new G.I. Joe films. You don't have a problem with that. But this is stereotyping. I'm like, well, how else are they supposed to do it? And then they didn't use people that were coded that way. They'd be like, you're racist.
Well, it gets better because now we're gonna throw some blame at George Lucas.
I thought Lucas made the best fairy tale ever.
No.
And whatever. This guy's a dumbass.
We've only got a couple paragraphs. This is a very short article with a lot of stupidity crammed into a few paragraphs. Lucas borrows successfully from the samurai films of Kurosawa for his first trilogy, a move that these days might be seen as cultural appropriation.
What is it, according to people like Ben?
Yeah, and his stormtroopers were clearly Nazis, not a problem he made in the bad guys. But perhaps the filmmaker's ham-fisted attempts to broaden the cultural mix for the prequels accidentally ended up warming the cockles for modern-day Nazi Star Wars fans.
So this guy's going around telling anybody who doesn't like the movies that you're a Nazi, according to this person.
A development few saw coming, but a sign of how deeply problematic such blunders... So he's saying because George Lucas had racial stereotypes in the prequels, people are looking at the sequels now and becoming Nazis.
No, what they're saying is it's even worse because George Lucas tried to make sure that he broadened the cultural mix to try to be more inclusive. That he was bad because by doing so, people like Ben labeled them as stereotypes, and then now everybody who doesn't agree with Ben's opinion is a Nazi. That's basically what this is. Pretty much anybody who disagrees with Ben here is a Nazi.
Anybody I don't like is a Yahtzee. The sequel trilogy tried to offer up a view of the galaxy as a diverse place with the casting of Tran and John Boyega, among other actors.
It was diverse before!
Okay. Well, he's like, even if Boyega spoke up. Here's the thing, right? Finn was not written as a black character. Tom Holland said that he auditioned for the role of Finn. So they were not thinking of being more inclusive when they wrote Finn.
This only makes me mad because of the sequel trilogy, it was always diverse. Did you watch these movies? No, you probably didn't. original movies they were always diverse. There was diversity in it. They had aliens that were supposed to represent different things or whatever. It was always diverse. John Boyega, the character of Finn, all the people that you keep yelling about being Nazis. If you listen to them, a lot of people have said that they were mad because they thought John Boyega would have been Finn started in a much more interesting direction to go in, and they wanted to see Finn be a Jedi too, and they wanted to see him not be relegated to the comic release sidekick that the Disney sequel trilogy made him.
No. See, listen to Ben. It does seem bizarre that certain so-called fans balk at the prospect of seeing black men or Asian women flying the X-Wings.
And that's also the problem. The problem with Rose Tico wasn't Kelly Marie Tran. Actually, I've said multiple times, I like Kelly Marie Tran quite a bit. I think she's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
I just always wanted to hug her because she was so excited and she was so cute. She has no problem. She's not the issue. The issue was they put a character in that was a shitty character. They did her wrong by giving her a crappy character. Her character's whole point was just there to basically take Finn, John Boyega's character, the black man, and basically say that, you were a hero in the last movie, but now you know what? You're a yellow belly coward who's going to run away. Oh, I shouldn't say that because, she's Asian.
You're gonna your Nazi show.
You're going to run away. But thank God, this woman, and it wouldn't matter if she was Asian or otherwise. That wasn't even the point. Her being Asian had nothing to do with it. That this woman, was there to teach him how to be better again and be the hero he was already before they made him a non-hero for no damn reason. It didn't even matter that she was Asian. Her being Asian had literally nothing to do with it.
Nope.
Other than people like Ben saying that it had something to do with it. It was a shitty, stupid character.
We've only got 2 more little paragraphs to go, and I still don't know what his point is. Perhaps Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker was the problem. Maybe generations of racists grew up on the idea of the ultimate hero being a white-skinned, blue-eyed kid with shiny blonde hair, so that the idea of anyone of different ethnicities stepping to the fore felt like a personal insult. Well, there are people within Lucasfilm, as we are being told, that absolutely hate Luke Skywalker for that very reason.
But beyond that, because Luke Skywalker happened to be blonde-haired guy that everybody's racist. That this whole thing's stupid. There were other characters that were heroes. Chewbacca was a hero. Wasn't even human. Han Solo, dark hair. Leia, a woman. We've had characters throughout the books and everything
Lando.
else. Lando wasn't even white. I mean, this is stupid.
Successful business owner,
This
too.
is stupid. So basically, this person has a problem with Luke. This person just trying very hard to get hits.
Yes.
And making up another load of shit. Also, I love it because it's Luke, Mark Hamill, and Luke, and the Yahtzees that are the problem. I want to point out some things here, like, you mentioned the last paragraph.
I want to bring that up.
Okay.
Let me bring this up. This is how it ends. Guys. But there's always been more to Luke than meets the eye. There's just no way you can be the poster boy for white supremacy when your dad is James Earl Jones. Well, here's a funny thing that happened. Last month, James Earl Jones went ignored by the Star Wars Twitter account.
It was actually January, but still. Yes. It was his birthday.
Oh, it was
his birthday. It was also Kelly Marie Tran's birthday. They made sure they said happy birthday to Kelly Marie Tran. They did not say happy birthday to James Earl Jones, even though Star Wars fans repeatedly called them out on it, let them know, like, oh, it's possible it was an oversight. They were told repeatedly over and over and over again, and they refused to acknowledge James Earl Jones's birthday. Others too.
Yes. Would you like to know why?
Yeah, I know why, but you tell them.
This is a theory. Both James Earl Jones and Carl Weathers tend to lean conservative.
Mm-hmm. You know who did remember his birthday was the Star Wars UK Twitter. But the American Twitter account, even though it was brought up many times to them, they were well aware of the oversight. It was not accidental. They refused to fix it. And then they're yelling about, then the next day or a couple days later, whatever, it was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, then they tried to use about how racism's bad and, about being against it after they stepped over James Earl Jones on his birthday a little bit prior. And then they turned around and then used it when they said that Christina Ariel was attacked, that they don't stand for racism. After they stepped over James Earl Jones' birthday, and it is a 90th milestone birthday as well.
Yeah.
He is the cornerstone of Star Wars as Darth Vader.
Yes.
You want to use James Earl Jones in your article about white supremacy. But meanwhile, Lucasfilm and the Star Wars account could not even be bothered to tell him happy birthday. So no, Ben, you do not get to make this comment. It is complete falsehood.
So here's what's really ironic about all this. We go through this very short, very stupid article.
Very stupid.
And we get to the end, and they beg for money.
Don't give them anything.
Don't give them anything. They're like, oh, guys, look at all the good we've done here at The Guardian. Would you like to give us some money? No, fuck you, Guardian. You're not getting
Maybe I'll give
money.
you some money if you didn't put articles like this one up. Basically, you're telling anybody who doesn't like the movies literally they called you a Nazi and said that you were racist. You're racist against people like Finn and Rose Tico. When most fans, a lot of fans that you're yelling about, have been saying about Finn since the beginning. Like, I was there for Finn. What the fuck? You never hear about is Ray because no one cares.
That is true.
You don't even mention. They have the Women's History Month, and they're talking about female-led stuff, and then Ray isn't even one of the things they focused on at all. Jen Erso was though.
What the hell is going on? I'm gonna take a side detour here. What the hell is going on that we're bringing up The Last Jedi again? That journalists are trying to kick off Gamergate 2.0 again.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
what the hell is going on?
They need hits. They're all dying. They're all getting sold off. And they're trying to drum up controversy and keep the stuff going to try to get hits so they can just, justify their jobs. Because people are starting to turn against it. They're like, this is stupid. I'm tired of hearing about it. The days of, I'm just going to call you a racist. I'm going to call you a misogynist. I'm going to call you a Nazi. And then you're going to be like, oh, no, I don't want you to think that about me. So I'm going to agree with you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir, is over.
Yeah.
People aren't falling for this shit. If Disney was so pro, everything, how come John Boyega had to speak out against them? How come they shrunk him on the poster for China? Please explain all of this, Ben. You're going on about this blaming on Luke Skywalker. You start out with this article saying it's an ultimate tale of good triumphing over evil, and it's a trilogy universally adored. And then you spend the whole time slamming on George Lucas.
Yeah.
Slamming on anybody who's not, who you think are racist, misogynist, whatever, just because they don't agree with you on an opinion about the movie. You basically, what you're accusing everybody else of, you demonstrate your misandry, your racism throughout this whole article. And you're not even right about half the stuff you say. Provably.
Yeah, these journalists are trying to kick up shit again. They're trying to start another fan war, like you said, for hits. Because they're not getting the advertising revenue. They're begging for money. Yeah,
don't give Ben any attention. He's not worth your time.
No, he's
Step
not.
over Ben and this pile of dog poo story that he wrote, because they want you to pay attention to them. Yeah. They want you to give them clicks so they get paid. Step over it.
Ben's gonna have to go get a real job. Go get a real job, Ben.
Mm-hmm. And you don't get to tell me. You don't get to mansplain me. You can take your white savior complex and just shove it up your butt. Because I'm tired of people like Ben, this white man telling everybody else how to be so he can defend the minorities. This is like that he probably took this play out of the White Fragility book. Where the white woman's gonna tell every other white person that they're racist so that they can be the ones that are the white saviors for the minorities to make sure that, they can succeed thanks to their efforts.
Oh, for God's sake.
Take your white savior complex and stick it where the sun don't shine.
All right. We're gonna wrap that up. Put it right up the Sarlacc pit.
That's right, the Sarlacc pit. That's right.
All right.
Nothing ever escapes that.
Except for Boba Fett.
Yeah.
We still don't know how. Anyway, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.